Lexington Senior Center is the place to be in 2018, a new eatery downtown, and staying safe during the cold winter months. This and more up next on this week's edition of Lexington Now. I'm Sherelle Roberts, and this is Lexington Now. The city of Lexington is making sure senior citizens start the year off right. Christy Stambaugh has the latest on the activities, fun, and great times happening at Lexington's Senior Center.
Hey, welcome to your Lexington Senior Center. This is the new center. We opened in 2016, September 15th to be exact. But we moved from our old location at Nicholasville and Alumni, and that building was built in 1983. And believe it or not, it was state of the art at the time. And once you look at it and you look at what we have today, you say, how is that even possible? But we had grown. We know that the baby boomers are the fastest growing population. In fact, in Lexington, currently 13% of our population is over the age of 65. So 17% of our population is over the age of 60. In order to join the Lexington Senior Center, you must be a Fayette County resident, 60 years or older, and you can enjoy activities that take place here at 195 Life Lane. We're open Monday through Friday from 8 until 5. There is no cost to join the Lexington Senior Center. Again, you just must be a Fayette County resident, 60 years and older, and you have to be independent. So here at the Lexington Senior Center, you'll see a ton of activities going on. At the old center, we averaged about 97 people a day, and here at the new center, we're averaging about 327 people a day. So we've tripled in size. We've had more than 3,600 people join the Lexington Senior Center since we opened. And it has just been incredible. We have 33,000 square feet here. We have 137 parking spots. And then we have great neighbors in the Southland Christian Church right in front of us, and they let us pour over into their parking lot. If you didn't know, we're part of the Idle Hour Park. So we are sitting on 4 acres of the 22-acre Idle Hour Park. And Idle Hour Park offers us a 0.8 of a mile walking track with 3 adult fitness stations along the way. There's a half-court basketball court. There's a barrier-free playground. This playground is suitable for everybody. It could be a mom who's got an itty-bitty baby in a stroller and a toddler, or it could be a grandparent who's there with their children and they may have mobility issues using a walker or a wheelchair. We have a fully equipped fitness room. We have 8 or 9 pieces of cardio equipment. We have free weights. It is open and available Monday through Friday. We also have personal training opportunities. So we have trainers that are here that can help you a little bit personalize your plan. Then across the way from that, you'll see a dance studio or a group fitness room. We offer a group fitness class every 50 minutes all through the day. There's a little bit of everything, and oftentimes the same class is offered different times throughout the day and many times throughout the week. We don't take registration for the classes. You just show up, first come, first serve. When we reach the maximum, unfortunately, you can't get into the class. The good news is 50 minutes later, there's another class you might enjoy, or the equipped fitness room is just across the hall. We have piano lessons. Actually, they're electronic keyboards, but the beauty in that is that there's headphones, so only you hear the music you're playing, and the instructor comes and provides one-on-one intervention in a group setting. We have potter's wheels. We have a couple kilns. We have an art studio with painting and drawing and sewing. And so we do sewing, basic skills, all through advanced skills, and then we have quilting as well. And so there's a little bit of something for everyone. There's 3 billiards tables, and they're often all being used at the same time. The other surprise for us at the new Senior Center was our library. The library is kind of tucked in the back of the building, but we have a beautiful fireplace, and it overlooks on an outside patio with flowers and raised flowers, and it's a really nice space. So at the library, you take a book and bring any book back. There's no big process. We really, it helps us to keep our stock fresh. We have 2 classrooms here. We have a cafe, and I kind of kid and say, what is a senior center without coffee? So we have fresh flowing coffee in our cafe and hot water for tea or hot cocoa. Then we have coffee pots upstairs too, because you can never have enough coffee in our environment. One of the neat things that we've started is puzzle tables. So we have puzzle tables located both upstairs and downstairs. For 2018, our goal is to complete 500 puzzles. We do a nutrition site. It's an opportunity for people to share a meal together. There is a cost involved in that. It's an ask of a $2 donation. So if you're 60 years or older, come and visit us at the Lexington Senior Center. The staff will welcome you and show you what you need to do. We would give you a guided tour if you wanted. It's super easy. The day you come to visit us, you could join and start participating, or you could take the information, think about it all, and then bring the paperwork back to us to join here at the Lexington Senior Center.
Okay, here's a riddle for you. What do you get when you cross a food truck with a favorite brewery? Well, you get the newest restaurant in town. It's called Oscar Diggs. Here's more on the Collaboration Eatery.
The name was basically an incarnation of another crazy Ralph idea. Ralph, for about a month, would call me at like 2, 3 in the morning. What do you think of this name? What do you think of that name? I had no idea what the name meant when Ralph kind of sprung it on me, other than the fact that, it sounded great.
So Oscar Diggs was the Wizard of Oz. That was his full name.
We've had to kind of start from ground zero and work our way up, not only from a design point of view, but then making sure all the mechanical systems were going to fit in and work, and still maintain some aesthetic flexibility for us. We're big on fireplaces. That wall was there, but the fireplace wasn't, so we've added that. The windows out front, they'll actually hinge and fold upon themselves, so all 4 windows will open up. The storefront was completely rebuilt. The antique architectural skylights above it were taken out, sent over for sales, and had those things rebuilt. 12 Taps will feature Rooster Brewing from Paris, our brewery down there. We're bringing it up here. Straight to the back of the house is an open kitchen. The gastronomes are our food partners on this, so up around the fireplace we'll have some coffee tables, couches, kind of a comfort area. The sidewall here will actually be a banquette, so it'll actually be a long bench that goes completely along this wall, individual tables that sit up next to it with chairs on the outside, and then tables down through the middle. Tables in one large table here in the back. But pretty much an open floor plan. So
we're definitely in the final, phases. It's kind of the point where it's out of our hands. Everything we can do to speed things up is done. We're waiting on little finishing touches. The booths are finishing being built, but we think we're 3 weeks out, give or take.
We would like to see the doors pop open sometime around the week of January 17th.
So Oscar Diggs is located 155 North Limestone, across from the courthouse.
We have an awesome block with Coeur d'Alene sidebar next to us in Minglewood, and we're super excited to be on this block with those guys and in this location. Originally there's been multiple spaces that we looked at that weren't downtown because we didn't feel that the right space had opened up for us in downtown. Thankfully, some of those spaces actually fell through.
They've been chanting bring retail downtown for years, and I've always been a big supporter of it. I love downtown. I live downtown. I think having a vibrant downtown, restaurant and bar scene is what makes a city. Lexington is growing exponentially, and we want to be a part of that. We, as the gastronomes, we're pretty adamant we didn't want to ever do a restaurant. Myself and Kyle came from that world, and we were kind of burnt out on it, thus the truck. But the more we got to kind of bring the truck out to Paris and see what Rooster Brew was about, Ralph approached us. They said they wanted a presence in Lexington, that it only made sense that we did some food along with it. And yeah, the more we talked about it and kicked the idea around it, it sounded good.
The Oscar Diggs concept is basically taking our tap room and taking the gastronom's food truck and putting it in a building.
We want to be burger heavy. We want to be centered on just approachable, well-priced kind of pub fare. But people that know us from the food truck world, they know what we do, what they're used to. which mainly it consists of ever-changing menus. The truck literally changed up to 5-6 items a day. We're going to kind of repeat that concept. We're going to change weekly, all still locally sourced. We've got some great farmers we're partnering up with out of Bourbon County, supplying beef and local lamb as well as produce. So yeah, local pub fare, locally sourced, keep it true to Kentucky.
There is no yellow brick road, but you will see some emerald green and some style that is definitely we haven't seen too much around the city. So
we've got a cool family vibe within the partnership with Rooster and with our staff. So we really just want to open that up. Open the doors up, let people come in, be a part of our family, sit by the fire, have a good meal, hang out.
Coming up after the break, we'll tell you how to stay safe and warm in these unpredictable temperatures.
We have more miles of running water than any state in the continental U.S. You may not know it, but all our streams catch water directly from storm sewers on our streets. When someone tosses a cigarette butt on Main, it could end up in Town Branch. Don't trash the bluegrass.
This is Tom Leach. A team plays their best when they're prepared. They have a plan so they know what to do to win. Just like a winning team, your family needs to be prepared for emergencies, severe weather, power outages, flooding, and fires. The Kentucky Emergency Management Association, along with your local emergency management agency, want you to be prepared. Be aware of potentially dangerous conditions. Put together an emergency kit for your home, office, and vehicle. Have a family emergency plan and update it regularly. For more information, visit kyema.org.
Welcome back to the show. Cold weather is a fact of life during winter here in Kentucky, but there are some things that you need to know to help avoid falling victim to hypothermia.
Like it or not, winter is upon us, and it often brings hazards like snow and ice. But there is another danger that is not as frequently addressed, and that is the cold. During especially cold weather, it is best to stay indoors. But if you must venture out, here are some guidelines you should follow to stay safe. Dress warmly in layered clothing, including a hat, a scarf, or knit mask to cover your face and mouth, sleeves that are snug at the wrist, mittens, a water-resistant coat, and water-resistant boots. Avoid exertion, as cold weather puts an extra strain on the heart. Those with heart disease or high blood pressure should follow their doctor's advice about shoveling snow or performing other activities in the cold. When outside, avoid walking on ice and keep your steps and walkways as free of snow and ice as possible. Be on the lookout for signs of hypothermia and frostbite, two common cold weather-related health problems. Warning signs of hypothermia, which is an abnormally low body temperature, include shivering, exhaustion, confusion, fumbling hands, memory loss, slurred speech, and drowsiness. If you detect symptoms of hypothermia, seek medical care immediately. Get the victim into a warm room and remove any wet clothing. Warm the center of the body first with an electric blanket if available. Otherwise, use skin-to-skin contact under loose, dry layers of blankets, clothes, towels, or sheets. Warm beverages can help increase the body temperature, but do not use alcoholic beverages. Warning signs of frostbite or an injury to the body caused by freezing include redness or pain in any skin area, white or grayish-yellow skin, skin that feels unusually firm or waxy, and numbness. If you detect symptoms of frostbite, seek medical care immediately. Get the victim into a warm room and immerse the affected area in warm, not hot, water. Do not rub the frostbitten area with snow or massage it, as this can cause more damage. Do not use a heating pad, heat lamp, or the heat of a stove, fireplace, or radiator for warming, as the frostbitten areas are numb and can be easily burned. These procedures are not substitutes for medical care, and all emergencies should be reported to a physician or healthcare provider. If you follow these simple rules and exercise caution, you can weather the worst winter has to offer and come out healthy on the other side when the warm breezes of spring start to blow.
Another danger this time of year is snow and ice on the roads. Here are a few guidelines that you should keep in mind when it comes to staying safe around the plows that help keep our streets clear. Rob Allen has more.
You really need to give them what we call room to work.
That's the advice Rob Allen has for drivers around snowplows.
The addition of a plow to a truck can add an additional 12 feet to the length of the vehicle, which creates blind spots to either side. So we ask folks to, be patient, give a buffer to a snowplow, be aware that this is a large vehicle, driving conditions, visibility can be reduced, and they have some blind spots. So be a defensive driver anytime you're around a snowplow. At night, if the plow is in the raised position and we're just salting, the plow actually blocks the headlights, and that's why we have the special lights on top of the plow to help. But you're talking, some reduced visibility and some angles are different, and that's why we tend to go slower. At the very least, 10 miles below the posted speed limit, and certainly it doesn't hurt, for example, if you're passing one, to give a little tap on the horn so the driver's aware that you're there and they're not shifting lanes.
In addition to reduced visibility for plow operators, there are other considerations.
It adds a lot of weight to the vehicle, so the stopping distance, especially if that truck is loaded with salt, you'll notice our vehicles slowing down a lot further away from red lights or stop signs and things like that, especially in neighborhoods.
Mr. Allen explains that there are other ways to help in snowplow operations, even when you're not on the road.
One of the easiest things to help us is not to park on the street. If I know it's convenient, we do it at our house, especially if you have multiple drivers parking in the street because you're leaving first. But if you can get off-road or off of a snow route onto a neighborhood street even, it really helps those drivers. Certainly there are some videos available as far as how you can clear your driveway and to the left of your driveway so the plow doesn't create a furrow across the front of your driveway apron and kind of block you in. And just generally trying to, if you don't have to be out, don't go out, or wait until daylight hours when, you don't have that reduced visibility factor.
Mr. Allen goes on to tell us what factors go into the decision of where plows operate in the city's snow plan.
There are several factors that go in towards prioritizing the volume of traffic and the size of the road. For example, a major road, which is a major artery both in and out of the city, the facilities located along that road, major employment centers, and then also the transportation network. How does this link into the state road system for transportation in and out of Fayette County and the region as a whole? We try to work through the plan from priority 1 to priority 4, and 4 is usually a neighborhood collector street. So folks need to understand the plan is designed to be completed 24 to 36 hours after the precipitation stops, and that we will work through the ranks. Now sometimes we'll actually start at 4s and work our way back to 1. For example, if we've been able to pre-treat the major roads and we haven't been able to pre-treat neighborhood roads, we'll start in there and work our way out, trying to do our best to make it safe and allow people to have access to everything.
Mr. Allen has these final thoughts on ensuring a safe winter on the roads around snowplows.
Give them room to work. We'll go back to that. Be aware, these trucks are big, they're slow, they may have limited visibility because of weather conditions, and the main objective is safety for everyone. And give them a good buffer, and just take your time to get to where you're going.
You can keep up to date with all the city is doing to help deal with ice and snow by looking at the city's snow plan. It's on the website lexingtonky.gov. Well, City Hall is back to a full schedule, and we've got several of televised meetings this week, including the Environmental Quality and Public Works Committee and the Council Work Session on Tuesday, the Transportation Policy Committee meeting on Wednesday, and the Planning Commission on Thursday. As always, you can watch these meetings live as well as our other programming right here on Lex TV Channel 185 or on live stream. And you can find any of our archived meetings and events at lexingtonky.gov/LexTV. And don't forget, we've got a YouTube channel. Just search for us under Lex TV. That's all for this edition of Lexington Now. Keep up with us all week long on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You can also check out the latest traffic updates on Twitter. Our handle for that is @LexRex. Or you can get a bird's eye view of what's going on with traffic with our live cams. They're on the city's website, lexingtonky.gov. For the staff and producers at Lex TV, I'm Sherelle Roberts, and that's it for now.